Hey guys, Jeremy here with KISS Aquatic Systems. KISS, keep it simple, stupid. So today we're going to talk about my nano reef, which is about as simple and stupid as it gets. So it's a 20-gallon tank. I've been up and running for about a year. The total cost of the setup, excluding all the livestock and the hardscape, ran me about 200 bucks. Yes, I know it's not winning Reef Tank of the Year anytime soon or ever, and some high-end reef keepers may see it as little more than a glorified refugium, but I like it. I think the tank works. I think it looks nice. It looks a lot nicer than I thought it would. It's got a lot of different colors, reds, oranges, pinks, purples, nice powdered blue, some greens. I have 8 different corals. Small corals. 7 of them are LPS stony corals. They've all done great. 3 very small fish, a young clownfish, and a pair of green banded gobies, which are spawning all the time. Tons of macroalgae. Most of it just came out of the live rocks, and I have no idea what it is. And all you reefers out there may be able to notice I have a thriving colony of rare and valuable Aptasia. So I've been really looking forward to making this video for a long time. I think reef keeping really is a wonderful hobby. It's a lot of fun. It's not as popular as I think it should be because I think a lot of people are scared and put off by the intimidating aura that reef keeping has. People think that it's really, really hard and complicated to set up a reef tank, that it's expensive, that unless you throw tons of money at your system, you're never going to be able to have any success ever with corals. And clearly, looking at my setup, that's just not the case. If you design your system intelligently and very importantly, stock and feed it reasonably, you can have reasonable success reef keeping with a very simple, very cheap system. So let's dive right in. The tank is a 20 long, which it's a nice little tank, especially for an experiment like this or a tight place. It's got a nice footprint. I think it's 2.5 feet long, a foot tall, and a foot deep. And the stand, which is not shown, it's a very cheap and simple steel stand. I like going with the steel versus some of the other lower cost stands because it tends to be a lot more durable. And I know some of those other low cost particle board or composite wood stands, they do melt over time, and steel does not melt, which is nice. Equipment wise, really what you see is what I got. So it's a wave maker and a heater. Wave maker is 500 gallons an hour, so I have a flow rate in this tank of 25 times, which is on the high end for most tanks, but I think it's appropriate for a setup with no other filtration of any kind. Heater, I have it set to 72, 73 degrees, which is basically room temperature, so I'm not sure if it actually works or if I even need it at all. My lighting is embarrassing. I have a really basic lamp fixture. I think I got it at Target. It's one of those floor lamps that has 5 attachment points for just basic LED bulbs. And the bulbs that I use are just really generic 6500K LEDs. So not a high-end light fixture at all. Not recommended by anyone ever to grow corals or anything. But as you can see, it works. I've had really great success, particularly with some of the red macroalgae. Seem to love that kind of lighting. And I can tell you for a fact, if I'm not careful, I really can fry some corals. So as you can see, all my corals are hanging out on the bottom. So yeah, that's really it in terms of equipment. Very important though to make one point is the only reason why this tank had any chance of working is because I understood the limitations of what I was doing and I stocked it very, very lightly. So I have three very small fish. Clownfish is still very young, an inch, inch and a half. She'll grow, but it'll take time. I have a green banded goby pair, which each of those fish top out at a little less than an inch. So nice, cute little fish. Really fun if you have a nano setup and have a bit of space. My corals are all very, very small. I think they were all $10 frags, and maybe some of them have doubled, but still very small corals. And the macroalgae, it's really all organic growth. I mean, I got a tiny bit of the dragon's breath you can see on the right side as a freebie, but that whole bunch, it's 95% organic growth, and all the stuff on all of my rock work, it just appeared. So lots of open space, very lightly stocked, and I feed this tank almost nothing, which I think is very important. Again, without any other nutrient export, I don't have a skimmer, any kind of filtration, or a sump of any kind, or a refugium. So this is it. Yeah, that's really the tank. It really does go to show that you can set up a nice reef tank with a very simple, very low cost system as long as you stay disciplined about stocking and feeding. So thanks guys. Hope it was interesting, maybe provided something to think about. Take care.